One of the most difficult things to do in professional sports is to fight your way back to be on top of the mountain after you were up there and you've essentially fell off. And for Isaiah, falling off was getting injured, having that car accident, having his knee completely mangled, and finding a way to get to the San Diego Chargers and not be guaranteed a starting position, but find a way to be the starter. Not only be the starter, but to be one of the best running backs in the league. Now, Isaiah has been putting in tons of work in practice. You guys know the old adage, as you get older, you got to practice a little bit harder. Makes things a little bit more difficult for you, but if you can work hard in practice, you might be able to have some good game results. Now, Isaiah's saying, you know what, it's time for a little bit of a change. We're here in week number 12. Isaiah's switching from Team Nike to Team Adidas. Yes, Adidas, Adidas, however you say it, he's that. Now, Isaiah's also number 2 in the MVP voting. The first time in a while, he hasn't been in the number 1 spot. On the season, we are just under 1,000 rushing yards with 10 rushing TDs. Isaiah's biggest goal for the season is not only to win a Super Bowl, but to break the single season rushing touchdown record. He's got a lot of touchdowns to go, but we'll see if he can do that. And right now, we are top of the division at 9-1, and Isaiah King is getting hyped. He's been named the captain for the past couple of weeks. Everyone is respecting him. They're seeing that he doesn't have the speed anymore, but he's become a much more intelligent running back. In the receiving game, he's more involved than he has ever been. But let's see what he can do against a tough Denver Broncos defense, which still, for some reason, has Von Miller. On 2nd and 10, Isaiah goes up, and I was just talking about making smart decisions, and I looked a little bit like the old Isaiah King, the rookie Isaiah King, trying to hurdle, getting completely flipped, but somehow that old body is still holding up fine there. So 2nd and 11, the halfback screen gets Isaiah stopped after 2 yards. So 3rd and 9, Isaiah splits to the right-hand side. He's wide open. He goes up, and he gets multiple feet down. Great little catch there by Isaiah King. Gets forced out of bounds, but still slow to get up. His 3rd catch of the day. Things are looking good here in that first drive. Now, 1st and 10, Isaiah moves to the left-hand side, stutter steps a little bit. One guy in front, he's going to power his way through and just does get that first down. Now, Radway's here in shotgun. Isaiah's going to split out to the right-hand side again. He's got a little bit of room. Isaiah goes up and looks like a young Randy Moss there. He goes up on 2 defenders, catches it in the air, and holds on to the rock. Now, Isaiah stays in for blocking, and look at Keenan Allen. Speaking of old players, Keenan Allen, yes, is somehow still a member of the San Diego Chargers. Completely burns that young defensive back. Somehow holds on to that one, barely on his fingertips right there, and he gets a touchdown. And Isaiah King goes to talk to Coach Ron Rivera. Coach Rivera, though, has some plans for Isaiah King later in this ballgame. Now, a little bit of a run up the middle here for Isaiah, gets him 4 yards. On 3rd and 6, we're going to move out to the right-hand side again. They cannot cover Isaiah in the flats. He's got a chance to go all the way in the end zone here. He's going to stutter step, and they drop him just inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Now, 1st and goal, Isaiah's in Wildcat. Is he going to run? Is he going to pass? He fakes a little bit of a move here. Isaiah goes to the left-hand side. Great blocking on the edge, and Isaiah strolls into the end zone completely untouched, pointing up into the air saying, look, that's just touchdown number 1, and also Isaiah crossed 1,000 rushing yards on the season. I feel like every single season he's been in the league, he's eclipsed that mark about halfway through. This might be the latest that he's actually crossed 1,000 yards in his career. He's still got a little bit of games left. We'll see what he can do. I'm thinking maybe 1,500, 1,600 rushing yards in this season, but you guys let me know in the comments below, how many rushing yards will Isaiah hit by the end of the season? And as always, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you guys hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you guys check the playlist at the end of the video because there's plenty more of these videos coming for you guys. Now, Isaiah gets another rush there. He's 9th of the ball game, but only 32 yards for him on the day. That's not very Isaiah King-like. Now, 1st and 10 for Radway, throws a dime out here to Hunter Henry, and Hunter Henry gets a lot of yards, dropping us down to the 20-yard line, which puts us in the red zone, and this is money territory for Isaiah. Now, 3rd and 1, we need a conversion. Isaiah goes to the left-hand side, fights his way through across the 5, and he's carrying defenders. He's fighting for yards. That's what we want to see, but here he gets dropped at the 2-yard line, so a little bit of a predicament. On 2nd and goal, a halfback toss to the left-hand side. Isaiah's got a little bit of room here. He's going to try to dive in, and they just say that he crosses where he needs to. That's going to be a touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going for that record. Now, Sheldon Radway is 9 for 13 in the day for 150 yards and 1 touchdown. Pretty good as we're still here in the first half. Now, Radway's got all the time in the world, finds Isaiah. Isaiah ducks. I think he was a little worried that linebacker was going to hit him, but unfortunately for San Diego, there's going to be a holding penalty on this one. This was on Marquand Stuvant, so that one's going to come back to make it a little bit difficult on us. Now, 32, we go back to a halfback swing. This was working pretty well. Isaiah's got a chance to break a tackle. He does fight through that one, and they drop him after the 50. So San Diego's going to call a timeout here, our 2nd of the half, and leaves 1 left for us. And Rivera, though, he's still pretty happy with how we're playing. At 40 seconds, Radway back in center. A little bit of play action fake, goes deep to the left-hand side. That one is going to be called by Kubila. He's going to get the first down and drops us at the 23. So 35 seconds left. Still a timeout now. A great catch here by Isaiah. He's going to go into the end zone completely untouched. His receiving game, I'm telling you guys, completely unmatched. We've seen guys like Curtis Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk. All those guys were great receiving backs, but I think Isaiah King might be the greatest receiving running back that we have ever seen in the history of the NFL. Now here, a 28-14 lead for San Diego starting the second half. Little play action fake there by Radway. All the time in the world, throws one that's a little dicey and nearly intercepted by the young rookie linebacker. Now 2nd and 10, Isaiah runs through the left-hand side, tries to spin through, look at the move, but he just doesn't really get any yards off of that. Now 3rd and 7, needing a conversion. Radway again, all the time in the world, throws it to the right-hand side. This one though, wait until you see the play that this guy actually makes. So Weather has a chance to haul it in, but the dude gets his arm right in there completely and rips it out. That is a beautiful play to stop that 3rd down conversion. Now 28-17 after the Broncos end up scoring. Isaiah gets a couple of yards here, moving down to the 29-yard line. So 2nd and 6, we go back to Isaiah. He fights his way through. He gets hit in the backfield, stumbles for a couple of positive yards, but still only 61 rushing yards today. We haven't seen a big run broken out by Isaiah at all in today's ball game. Now 3rd and 4, Isaiah's open again. He's looking for something. This one's thrown deep, and that one is thrown way over Isaiah's head. And Isaiah and Hightower are getting into it. A little bit of a scuffle early in the ball game, and Isaiah says, "Look, I'm not happy about it." Rivera says, "Look, keep your calm. I don't want you to get ejected. You got to do better." So going into the 4th quarter, it's a 28-17 lead for us. Jason Garrett, the new coach of the Denver Broncos, has to do something big if he wants to stop Isaiah, and he calls an all-out blitz right there, which completely throttles Isaiah in the backfield, dropping him to only 56 rushing yards in the day. I know he has 2 rushing touchdowns, but still, 56 rushing yards, really, Isaiah King? But look at this, what a catch on the left-hand side. Those old legs still have the speed, but wait, did you just see what that guy tried to do? Did anyone see what the guy on the left-hand side tried? I think he actually tried to trip Isaiah King there. We can take a look at the replay here, and that's a little sketchy if you ask me. Now here on 1st and 10, 6:21 left. Isaiah's going to move to the left-hand side, tries to break through a tackle, throws a guy to the ground. Look how strong the young fella, or should I say old fella, Isaiah King is. Now 35-20 lead for us right now. Isaiah gets to the edge. Look at this, a big chance to break one out. And Isaiah's first big rush of the game. He's had a couple of big catches. Isaiah's going to strut his stuff all the way to the end zone. Fortunately for us, holds on the rock even though he gets hit, and he throws his signature celebration, the powder, paying homage to LeBron his days back in Cleveland. What a good run by Isaiah King there. And moving through here in the 4th quarter, about 3 minutes left, we're up 42-20, so pretty much anything we get now is icing on the cake. Isaiah tries to go to the right-hand side this time, and he gets stopped on 2nd and 4. So 3rd and 4, Isaiah goes out for the pass, but instead Hunter Henry's going to hold this one in, getting his way down across the 30-yard line to the 28. The 2-minute warning hits, and we are in perfect position to try and strike again. So here on 3rd and 10, Radway's going to hand it off to Isaiah. We're going to move to the right-hand side, playing room. What a move by Isaiah. He turned literally nothing into something there. Still, didn't really get many yards, but that move, we'll take that one. So a 45-20 win, ultimately for us today. We're going to walk out of here pretty happy. That fake Tim Tebow looking quarterback for the Denver Broncos is going to get a loss. Radway goes for 333 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and importantly, no interceptions. Isaiah gets 30 rushes for 139 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns, which is a huge day. And receiving, it's even bigger. 9 catches, 202 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the playlist on the screen, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.